If you're not making Instagram Reels, you're falling behind. Instagram Reels are not going away. In fact, Zuckerberg is pushing more and more towards video to compete with TikTok and YouTube Shorts. As a content creator, you should not be intimidated by this. You don't need to dance to make a good reel. Today, I'm walking you through the exact process I use to make reels and how I'm able to create 15 high-quality reels in a single day by using an easy 2-step formula. I'm teaching you how to do that right here. I'm Chris Pieta, and I teach creative business and product photography. Like it or not, Reels are the future of Instagram. Short form video is dominating on every social media platform right now. We all know TikTok. With the explosion of TikTok over the past few years, other social media platforms have taken note. YouTube released Shorts, and Instagram released Reels. What I'm teaching here today can be used for all these platforms. In the past few earnings calls, Zuckerberg has said how much they're pushing for Reels. They're prioritizing Reels content because it keeps users on the app longer. The longer people stay on the app, the more money Instagram will make. But this video isn't about the economics of tech companies. We're here to adapt to their changes and capitalize on adapting short form video. As photographers and content creators, we've been used to photos for a while. Instagram posts with our favorite photos used to be the best way to grow on here. That's no longer the case. If you're not posting video content, specifically Reels, you won't grow on Instagram. In fact, you're probably gonna shrink. Your competition is adapting Reels, so you can be stubborn and not grow, or you can get with the times and adapt video content. This video is not about how to do the latest dances. This is how to produce video content in a way that is easily digestible for your audience. These Reels will be focused on educational content. You have a lot of value to provide to your followers. You have depths of knowledge to share about the creative process, business, editing, taking photos, and more. Now, if you don't think that you have anything to share, I want you to take a step back and actually realize how much you know. Social media is beautiful because even if you're not the best in your field, you're still better than some of the people following you. Now, what I actually mean by this is that people like to follow people that are just a few steps ahead of them in their niche. For example, a beginner videographer is going to relate more to an intermediate videographer than they can to Christopher Nolan. On social media, you can learn from those just ahead of you and grow faster than ever before. If you're a pro, you've got a lot to offer. But as a beginner or intermediate, you can provide a lot of value to those people just starting out. Look at me. I've been doing photography for 5 years and business for less than 3, and I'm no expert. But there are people that trust me. Once you figure out what you want to teach, here's how to do it. Some people can just set up their camera, hit record, talk for 30 seconds, and they have a reel. I'm not like that, and I'm guessing you aren't either. I spend a lot of time coming up with reel ideas before I hit record. Recording really just makes up 5% of the work. Coming up with ideas, writing scripts, editing, and posting take up the other 95%. Personally, when I sit down to write a reel, I write down word for word what I'm gonna say. I'm not good at public speaking and I do bad under pressure, but if I prepare properly, then my confidence is high and I can say what I'm thinking. If you think having a script in front of you is not authentic in a way, I couldn't disagree more. When you've had time to properly think through what you're gonna say, think about your past experiences and bring that all together into one script, well, that's the realest you can get. Some of you may just wanna write down a few bullet points about what your reel is gonna be about. Others, like me, will need the entire script in front of them. Both are good methods. Figure out which works best for you. To make a good educational reel, you need 2 things: a hook to get the audience's attention and a way to keep the audience watching through to the end. This sounds really easy on paper, but in reality, it's incredibly hard to perfect. I'm not an expert or anything, but I know enough to make engaging reels. Now, let's talk about the hook. The hook is all about capturing attention with a promise and then delivering on that promise. For example, how to make reels to gain 10,000 followers. That's a pretty good hook, but delivering on that promise is another thing. How many times have you clicked on a clickbaity YouTube video only to have the video be completely off topic and cause you to click off? If your hooks are too clickbaity, then no one's gonna watch through the entire reel. Instagram judges whether your reel is good or not based on how much of it someone watches. If someone watches 3 seconds and scrolls away, then your reel won't get shown to that many people. Here are some simple formulas for hooks that draw attention. A simple how to ... is fantastic. How to make reels to gain 10,000 followers. How I made $2,000 from photography this weekend. How to edit photos like Peter McKinnon. These are super simple hooks, yet really effective. Another great formula is to use a numbered list. 3 ways I grow on Instagram. 4 real formulas that get you views. 5 ways I made money this year with photography. Lists are a great way to hook the audience's attention and then keep it. Remember, the hook has to be good, but your content throughout the entire reel needs to be able to hold the audience's attention. If you wouldn't watch a reel, don't make it. These are just a few examples. If you need some more, go check out my Instagram and analyze the hooks I use on my best performing videos. Okay, so you have a hook. How do you keep people watching? The easy but boring answer is to provide as much value as possible. The information you're teaching should be valuable to your audience. If what you're teaching provides value, then they're going to want to watch through the end. It's important to keep information concise and somewhat high level. Talking about the principles of cold emails and templates is great. Breaking down a cold email word by word is too much for a reel. When I write a reel, I usually base them off my YouTube videos. Each video dives deep into a subject. My reels can scratch the surface of that subject and still provide a lot of value to the audience. If we want to get meta with this, let's make a reel about what we've talked about so far. It would go something like, how to make reels as a photographer without dancing. You know more than you think. As a photographer, you have loads of skills under your belt. Your audience is hungry to learn these from you. In 30 seconds, you can teach them how to edit photos like Peter McKinnon, or teach them the 5 ways you make money. Start with one of those hooks, write fast-paced, valuable content, post that reel, and repeat. Now, see how easy that was? Imagine what posting a reel a day would do for your Instagram account. Not only would you see growth, but you would be able to share with your audience the skills you know and teach them in ways that weren't possible before. If you watched any of my videos, you probably know how much I love systems. I really systemized my approach to making reels as well. I don't make one reel at a time. I make 10 or 15 at a time. I'll sit down and look at my past YouTube videos, pull ideas from those, write 15 scripts for those reels, and then record those reels. By systemizing this, it allows me to crank out quality content fast. After I've written those 15 scripts, I'll usually use a teleprompter or just talk to the camera and glance at my phone occasionally. Even though I'm making 15 reels, I still want them to feel unique. I'll usually switch up the spots in my house I record them and make them feel different from each other. I'll even change my shirt a few times to add some more uniqueness. Now, you definitely don't need to do 15 at a time, but even doing 3 at a time will set you up for a week of posting if you post every other day. Talking to a camera can be intimidating at first. There's no secret. You just have to do it a lot, learn from your mistakes, and improve in the next reel. I was terrible at talking to a camera when I started. If you want proof of that, watch my first videos. The only reason that I'm better now is I just did it a lot and I improved over time. If you have access to a good quality microphone and a good quality camera, use those for your reels. It's gonna make your reels sound and look that much better. If you just have your phone, that's a-okay as well. The important thing is just to start recording with what you have. My setup is usually a key light, my Sony a7R4, and a Rode NTG mic. This is overkill for reels, but if you have access to that, then great. If not, just use your phone. After I'm done recording all 15, then comes the edit. The edit is a simple A-roll talking headshot. Sometimes the reel is one continuous video, other times it has a few cuts in it. Both are fine, don't be scared of jump cuts. I will say that if you do end up with one continuous talking headshot, be sure to remove any long pauses. Remember, we're trying to keep the audience engaged here, and those awkward long pauses will increase the chances of them scrolling away. I'm not here to show you how to edit talking headshots. YouTube is filled with hundreds of videos on that topic already. Once you've got your reels, it's time to export them as a 9x16 file and upload them to Instagram. The upload process is really straightforward. I just airdrop it to my phone, get them into Instagram, and I always add captions. This is a critical mistake that people make with this type of reel. A lot of people don't listen to reels with the sound on. If they come across you talking with no captions, they're just gonna scroll away. This is terrible for you because Instagram thinks your reel sucks. By adding captions, you're now letting those with their sound off watch your reel and gather some value. Captions are also great because they keep the audience more engaged even if they're using audio. They are following along with the captions and they're more likely to watch through the end. I don't really think the captions you use matter on Instagram. Just pick one of their pre-built options and make sure that they are legible. Go through, see if there's any typos, and correct them by tapping on the captions. If you go to my Instagram page, you'll see that I'm trying out a new caption style that my editor Jatine is doing for me. I think they're super engaging, but they do take a long time to make. I'll let you know if these types actually help me. For now, let's just stick with the regular Instagram captions and master the basics of reels and then move on to the higher level stuff. I've also started adding a cover photo to my reels as well. I don't know if this helps me at all, but it looks pretty. I make these in Canva. Canva's pretty intuitive. I'm sure you can figure that software out. Finally, I add about 5 hashtags that are relevant to what my reel is about. Just like your photo post had relevant hashtags, do the same for reels. I have no idea if 5 hashtags or 30 hashtags are better here. Instagram claims to use 5, other users claim to use 30. Experiment, see what gets you the best results. You don't need a dance to make a good reel. Remember that you have a lot of skills under your belt that you can teach your audience. You can provide a lot of free value and even get paid to do it with Instagram bonuses. Repurpose his reels on TikTok and grow 2 channels at once. Use a hook, provide value, and watch your Instagram page grow. There's a video right here that I think you'll love, and I'll catch you in the next one.